So, if you haven't heard, today ICE has unalived a 37-year-old woman in Minneapolis today. And before I proceed with this video, I want to go ahead and extend my condolences to this lady's family because at the end of the day, they lost a loved one. And I know at this point, it's a high priority thing for everyone right now. But at the end of the day, they lost a loved one. And I do believe that this lady was a mother to a son. So I know that they're going to have to be strong for that child. So my condolences are with them at this moment. But going forward, I just want to go ahead and say that, watching that video, just like many other Americans, I find myself, outraged. But at the same time, like, I don't know what to say because at the end of the day, watching the video, that was clean cut murder. That's what it was. Like, that officer did not fear for his life because he was not in the direct path of this car. Like, this car, you could tell that this lady was swerving off to go down the street. There was no reason for him to pull his firearm and do what he did. But seeing that he did, I feel like, I'm outraged right now. Like, I feel like this is something that, we have been like really voicing as a nation that, ICE does not belong in our cities because the way that they are behaving and the people that they have working for them basically, have no training and that they will, unalive somebody because at the end of the day, they don't care about the people in the community in which they are terrorizing at this point. And I feel like, our anger and our rage right now should be channeled into something else. And when I tell you something else, I'm not talking about protesting because I feel like protesting is not getting us anywhere. I feel like we've had so many great protests that were non-violent and that were completely peaceful and that nothing, was damaged or, but I feel like at the end of the day, the point was missed. I feel like we just gathered in one location because at the end of the day, this administration and the people who are, in charge of the things that are happening within our life, they are unaffected by a peaceful protest. In fact, the peaceful protest is exactly what they want because at the end of the day, what point was proven? I feel like at this point, we need to really take to the streets. Like, I feel like, I'm not, I don't want to get like my channel banned or anything, but at the end of the day, I feel like it comes a time when, peaceful protesting works. And peaceful protesting works when, the people that you are protesting to are, listening. Like that's the whole thing. When like, peaceful protests happened, in the 60s, people were listening at that point. You know what I mean? It was enough people to change something. But we have seen over and over again how this administration can literally do whatever they want and they get nothing. Like, there's no like consequences for it. The Supreme Court don't do shit. Like, we are literally seeing that, our voices are being ignored. So what do people do when their voices are ignored? That is the question. Where do people do? Because I feel like at this point, you're backing people into a corner and, you're just going to do whatever you want to do. But me knowing what I know about people is that you don't back them into a corner because the minute that you back people into a corner, they do something unexpected. They do something that, you don't see because at the end of the day, I don't care what political, like side you fall on. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure you want to protect your family. And if these people can come out and take that lady's life, what's stopping them from taking, a family member's life of yours? That's the thing. And I feel like that right there is the common enemy. That's the thing that's going to unite us to do what we have to do. But I feel like we're going to have to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, all of the peaceful marching, that was cool for a time. But at the end of the day, that time has passed because the administration that has come into power, they don't give a fuck about a march. They don't give a fuck about a protest. They don't care. As you could tell, I think last protest that was like really big, what did the president do? He literally hopped on the internet and dropped a bomb, AI bomb of him like shitting on everybody there. Like, what? I truly doubt that he would have done that if, other actions were taken. And I feel like right now, that's the time. This is the time to do what we have to do because at the end of the day, man, do you want to continue to let a bully rule you? Do you want to continue to let a bully go unchecked? Because knowing what I know about bullies, if you let them go unchecked, they'll take over the whole playground. It is only until people like stand up and gather it together to basically tell this bully, no, we're not going for this shit, for it to stop. And that's what the president is at this point. He's a bully. Let that's clear cut, just what it is. He's a bully. He's going to do what he wants to do until someone pushes back against him. And at this point, it's going to have to be the people. So please tell me what y'all think, and we could talk about it. But like I said, my condolences go out to that lady's family because this shouldn't have happened. And I feel like the fact that this happened is literally on everybody who voted for this man because, you know, you just placed a vote. But at the end of the day, your vote has given this man power to take the life of a U.S. citizen. And I feel like that should make you not be able to sleep at night. But at the end of the day, we know his followers. We know, you know, how they can just say craziest things. So at the end of the day, you know that they believe the craziest things. So I will go ahead and even say it that the officer that did this thing, he's not like missing any sleep. Like, you got to take in mind, like, he's not worried like we are. But at the end of the day, he should be, because if we lived in a equal and just world and I guess everything that America used to be, this guy would be prosecuted. But at the end of the day, where are we? But please tell me what y'all think and we can talk about it. But until then, we're going to have to do something.